we'd try a slightly different way of communicating with you during the crisis. So you join us on our evening walk with the dog. Just thought we'd let you know how we're getting on, and hope everyone else out there is getting on okay as well. So we've both been fairly busy with work. Lizzie?
I've been going into work in a supermarket, so definitely key, keeping the country alive with food, and then not doing much at home.
Yeah, and I've been working from home, so although I'm technically a key worker, I've been kept busy from the Home Office. I've even been to court virtually, and in the next week or two I should be going to Parliament virtually as well, as part of our finance bill work. So all slightly different way of doing things, and obviously no ringing, which has been a bit of a shame. So anyway, we've got together as a central committee, and we had a meeting virtually by Skype, as that's the way of doing things these days, just to discuss what we're doing and what we might do in the future. So you've probably already seen an email that's gone around about our virtual AGM. So the idea of this is we'll do a virtual AGM via Zoom on the 18th of July. But we have asked for your views, so if there's any strong opinion that we shouldn't do it that way or that will exclude people, obviously we'll listen to that, but that's our suggestion for the moment, so let us have your views.
I'm trying to walk on the same step as you, so I don't go out the camera.
So normally by this point you would have received your annual reports. Unfortunately, they were printed before we all went into lockdown, but they're still at the printers. So we're trying to see if we can get hold of them, and if we can, then we'll start to get those out to the branch secretaries and then out to the various tower contacts. So hopefully you'll get it soon. If that's not possible, we'll see if we can sort out a digital version which everyone can access. So keep an eye out and we'll let you know what's happening with those as we progress. Anyway, whilst we've been going on through lockdown, obviously we've not been able to ring in the normal way, but there are various other things out there. So I'll sort of recommend a few things I've found out there which you might find useful. First of all, the Association of Ringing Teachers have been very proactive in this area. And if you want to look at their website, I'll stick a link in the description below. Then you can see lots of resources they put out there for people while we're in lockdown. Whether it's virtual ringing meetings or resources so that you can read up and learn about various things while we're closed.
What? It's either that or I go like this out of camera.
It's your quick step, yeah. The Association of Ringing Teachers also have their newsletter called Tower Talk. So have a look at that. Again, full of useful bits of information and resources. Another useful resource during this time is the Central Council. They've been publishing various information, and you should already have received a link from the branch secretary to some advice they've put out, but they're keeping in touch with Church of England and putting out all the latest advice. Obviously at the moment, no ringing at all, but that may change in the future. So as and when we receive anything from them, we'll pass that on to you. But you can also see all of that on their website, along with loads of other things like their safeguarding advice and various other resources. And they also have an online shop if you want to purchase any books to help you with learning. Obviously, when we are allowed to go back to ringing, things might be quite different. So we might end up with limits on the number of people who can ring at any one time, or we might have to be spaced separately apart. So we might end up ringing not all the bells, for example. So it might look quite different. And obviously having to disinfect things like Sally's isn't exactly an easy job. So we'll work with the Central Council and the local diocese, and when we get some advice together on the best way forward, obviously we'll let you know. But obviously for now, no ringing, but that doesn't mean we can't do other things. Another thing from the Central Council is that they've published a list of YouTube videos, which again, full of resources of different things that you can look at. So again, I'll put a link to that in the description below, and if there's anything there that might be of interest, there are literally videos on everything from sort of tower maintenance to the complexities of how methods are put together. So have a look there, see if there's something that takes your fancy. One of the other things that's out there at the moment is Ringing Room, which you may have seen. This is an online platform which enables people in separate locations to ring together by basically pressing a key on a keyboard, and it makes your bell sound, and you can ring methods together. I've gone a bit mad on this, and with the Welsh colleges we've rung quarter peals of Yorkshire Major and Cambridge Royal, and we've even started trying to work on 12 now. I won't say it's the easiest, it's certainly a different skill. It's not quite like ringing, but it's still good fun as well. So I think I'll try and organise something for the association for us to all have a go at Ringing Room. So look out for an email from me and we'll set something up, and if you've not had a go before, that's fine, just come along and we'll show you how it works, and we can have a go at ringing a few things on there and then see if we want to do anything more complex sort of following that. So look out for that. So what's going on in the association during this time? Well, as you know, we had to cancel all the various meetings and physical practices, so there's not much we can do in a face-to-face way. I've already mentioned the virtual AGM, which we're going to try for July, but we thought, what else could we do? So Robin Walker has very kindly agreed to act as quizmaster, and we're going to set up a virtual quiz. That's planned for the 18th of August. As the General Secretary has just pointed out to me, that should be the 22nd of August, not the 18th. So again, look out for some emails on that. It'll be done online, but it will be in teams. So we'll set up a system whereby 4 to 6 of you can get together in a team and chat to each other, answer the questions, and in other ways, just like a normal quiz. But this time it'll be bring your own fish and chips, I'm afraid. So watch out for that. Otherwise, we're thinking about what other sorts of events we could do. And obviously we're happy to try and organise anything you might find useful. So if you've got ideas out there for sort of virtual events you might like from us, let us know and we'll see what we can arrange. That might be talks from specific people on certain topics, or as I've mentioned, ringing room sessions, or indeed just social get-togethers or the like. So let us know what you want and we'll do our best to put it together. The association is in the process of getting a Zoom account, which is an unlimited one, which is obviously how we're doing the AGM. So that will also be available to the association. So if you think you could use that and you'd like to get together with a group of people to do something, let us know and we can make arrangements to share that with you. One of the things that we have been doing during the lockdown is with the Cathedral Guild, having various speakers to talk to us about various things, and one of those was actually Simon Linford from the Central Council. I must admit I've not had too much to do with the Central Council myself, and I perhaps didn't know the sort of changes that he was proposing making, but I was suitably impressed with his vision for the future, and he's put out a set of strategic objectives which you may well have seen in the ringing world, or indeed on his blogs on the Central Council website. If you haven't seen them, I'd certainly recommend giving them a read. He's got some very good ideas in there of what we're going to do for the future and how things need to change. As I said, change my view of the Central Council a bit. So I'm certainly keen to see what from that we can do as an association in terms of our future. So I'm going to put together some ideas and I'll share those around with you so that we can sort of think about what we can do differently, what we can do better, and indeed what we already do well. You would have read some of that in my Master's Forward in the report, had you got it, but when you do, you can see what I've said. But assuming the virtual AGM does go ahead, I think I'd like to spend a bit of time just talking about that. So again, look out for something on that, and we'll see if we can include a bit of a discussion on sort of future of the association type things. One of the other things that I have noticed is that we are currently short of 2 Central Council representatives. So as an association we're entitled to 4. We currently have 2, so the Northern Branch was unable to get somebody to volunteer to be a Central Council rep, and then also we have another one who's elected at the AGM, and again we don't have anyone currently that's interested in standing for that. As I said, I'm impressed with the work they're doing at the moment, and I think it's vital as part of that we take a full part in the Central Council. So if you're interested in potentially becoming a Central Council rep, then get in touch. I can put you in touch with other people who already are representatives, so you can find out a bit more about what the job entails. But yes, if you're interested, let us know, and come the AGM, we can potentially fill those 2 spots and make sure we're fully represented. So that's it from the first vlog that I've done for the association. Hope you found it slightly different and interesting way of getting information to you. Let me know. Yeah, if it's worked well, then we'll try and do another one. So I think that's it for now. Hope to see you soon, hopefully in a tower, but that may be a while off yet. But bye for now. Bye. Hopefully by the next time I see you, I'll have had a haircut. I let the General Secretary loose on it. Lockdown was terrible.